This is all discombobulated. What's up, Picks and Parlay family? It's me, Detroit Lenny here. On a Monday, December 30th, New Year's Eve. I heard somebody say that the other day. I'm sorry. I got this chair for Christmas, and I don't know if I like it. And it's like, I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, what's going on? December 30th, Monday. Holy cow, has it been a Monday, too? It is, for some of you, it's fantasy football championship weekend. For some of you, we've already won. I mean, championship weekend twice. Let me just tell you, I got it going on with my cousin. We're arguing currently about 6th and 7th place. Not arguing. I beat his ass, and not that there's anything involved with 6 or 7. Like, it's 12-person league. Nobody cares about 6. Neither one of us made the playoffs. It's the point. It's just a matter of fact against each other. But and then in my family league, I'm battling my 15-year-old in the championship game tonight, and currently winning. Let me make sure. That's where I'm at right now. I'm currently winning 106-96. He has George Kittle and San Francisco's D left. So there's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long sweat for your boy and some fantasy. We will go over the NFL, what we got going on in tonight's game, in a game that does not really matter for the Lions at all. And I'll explain that here. Because I was a little confused by it myself. I do got a little bit of NBA action and not much NHL. There's only, 3 games on today? 3 games on, so I don't really love a lot of it. Kind of just gearing up for college football this next couple days. So we're here Monday through Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern. So be ready. I'm here. I'm ready. We'll be live betting some stuff all along the way this week. Live update in the college football. My mouse is dying, and I gotta charge it. 24-21 minute or so left, or end of the third quarter. My bad. 24-21 in that Iowa Missouri game in the Music City Bowl. Some bullshit. I had the under, so I'm gonna lose that game. I had under 40 and a half, something like that. So I'm gonna lose that game. It's not starting out great already today, but yesterday was a nice little sweep of the NFL. I laid low in the NFL. I've been making money on the NFL all year. I laid a little low yesterday or this week because Christmas and you had games spread out too much. I mean, I made some money. Don't get me wrong. But yesterday, I mean, a nice 6-0 day for me. Josh Allen under rushing yards. 32.5, I think was the total. 30 something, low 30s. He had like 20. I don't think he hit 20. Something 19, 18, something like that. I don't know. It was an easy win. I had Green Bay plus points and an over in a teaser, so that was a win. I had Washington minus 3.5. That was a win, and I had Washington over, and that was a win. That was my Sunday. And that was about it. It was really weird. It's kind of ducked out. I got some stuff riding throughout parlays that have been throughout the week from, honest to God, from the Baltimore game on Christmas Day. I mean, I got a 14 parlay that's plus 224 that the last leg of it is the Lions money line tonight. So, and in a game that does not matter. In another turn of events, I had an 8-team parlay. 8. Remember, I don't do these. Do not. But it was just for shits and giggles because it was some pizza money for $25 just to throw down to track it because that was going to be my pick 8 contest bets. And then I changed the game. on my pick 8. On my pick 8 money line contest, I changed the game. Obviously, I have the Lions. I mean, I have every other week. And I have the Lions tonight, and if they win, I'll go 7-1 in the contest. Which kind of sucks because it was an opportunity for me to go 8-0, and I'm in first place for the season, and I'm tied with one other person for first place in the season. And I had an opportunity to go 8-0, and I second guessed myself, and that's what I got. That's what I get. I switched out, I think, Buffalo for Green Bay because I felt like, here's what I thought. I needed to not just take all favorites, and I needed a dog, right? And to win this game, or to I don't want to just pick what everybody else picking, So I got to go against the grain a little. So I picked the Packers. I thought the Packers were a live dog. I took them in a teaser and over, but it is what it is. But I bet the pizza money original 8 is what I'm going to call it. And that is 7-0 so far with the Lions left as an 8-teamer. That 8-teamer was plus 1316, 1,316. If you were ridiculous and put $100 on it, you'd be winning $1,300 right now. I put 25 on it. I'm going to win 329 if the Lions win. I had, in order, Baltimore, Chargers, Bengals, Bills, Bucks, Commanders, Philly, now the Lions. I'm going to beat myself up for that one. Could end up costing me a season on a contest that's going to pay like $1,500. So we'll swallow that. But I don't think so. Because if my math is right, I think the person I'm tied with also went 7-1. So it's going to come down to week 18. And that sucks because next week's NFL card is trash. It's worse than week 1. For me, week 1, I know what to expect with people coming out of the gate. This chair wants me to sit like weird. I don't know. Anyways, I also have been in it for 6 hours, so that doesn't help. I'm a little iffy on a few things for next week's NFL card, but let's get into today. First and foremost, I talked about the college football game. I've already lost the Iowa Missouri game, so whatever. I turned it off. NHL wise, I like the Utah Hockey Club. I hate saying it like that, the Utah Hockey Club, but I like Utah. I could get behind the Jets, but I didn't bet it, and I could also get behind the Panthers, but I don't like that. It's a little bit juicy of a night in the NHL for me, and I'm not very big on that. Like I mean, I'll ride, but usually it's some 2 teams. Like I like Utah tonight over the Kraken, so I have Utah in a couple different parlays, like with Denver, the Nuggets, or with Cleveland, the Cavs, or the Lions, money line, so or something like that. So that is where I would go with the NHL. I'm not really in the NHL that much tonight with a small slate. NBA, I'm on the Nuggets and the under in a 2-team parlay. I'm on the Cavs and the over in a 2-team parlay. I'm on the Cavs and the Warriors over all by itself. That's today. All right, and then obviously I'm on the Lions. I've been on the Lions though. I got the Lions number. It's not even available now. So, but I would bet the Lions minus the 3.5. I think you can get it at 3 now. Let me look. The money's so weird on that game. Well, 3.5. 3.5. 3.5 across the board. 3.5 and 50. is what you can get. I like the under. Kind of. Didn't bet it. The Lions will not rest players because Dan Campbell's a little. He's special, but he's our kind of special. I don't mean that in a mean way by any means. If anybody thought that, like he's our kind of dumbass. You know what I mean? He's a Detroit dumbass. Like you know what I mean? He ain't great. He might whatever, but he's ours, right? We won't rest nobody. This game, if we lose this game, it does not affect our standings. If we win in this game, it does not affect anything. Philly cannot get the number 1 seed. The number 1 seed in the NFC will be determined by next Sunday night's game, Minnesota and Detroit. And that's in Detroit. That is the game that will determine the NFC championship number 1 seed, I should say. And the bye week. Win, you get the bye week, you get the number 1 seed. Lose, and you get the number 5 seed in the wild card. I figured out what the problem is. This desk is just too close. There we go. All right. So that's what it boils down to for this Lions Niner game. Niners are eliminated. Lions are gonna. I think here's the thing: if the Lions get up early, you'll see the hook on a lot of guys. You'll see a lot of guys getting the hook. But I'm worried our defense cannot stop anybody, including San Francisco. So if our defense cannot stop San Francisco, that means our offense will have to stay in the game to compete because Dan Campbell wants to win the fucking game. Period. End of story. He already said it. He's already quoted how many teams have 15 wins or more in the NFL and then went on to win Super Bowls. He's trying to win out. And I appreciate that. You will never ever, lifelong Lions fan, you'll never ever hear me say shit about winning. Okay, because the only time I would complain, I wanted to tank some years for the number 1 pick, and we ain't in that. We ain't them Lions no more. We have to change our mindset as a fan base, and the only way to do that is expecting. We have to expect what we're going to win a Super Bowl, and Dan Campbell does, and this is how he gets there. And as much as there's a part of me says just rest everybody. Nobody should play. Like, if I could just phone it in to Roger Goodell and just say, you know what? I'm sorry. Here's the fine. Can I play? What's the Indianapolis Colts fine? We're just going to call it that. Can I do a Colts? Can I just Colt it up? That's what I would like the Lions to do tonight. Just Colt it up. Don't get hurt. Don't get hurt. Do not get hurt. Nobody gets hurt. I'd like this is a glorified walkthrough for next week. Don't run no trick plays. Don't do no stupid shit. Don't go for it on 4th down. Don't do no trick punt, fake this, that. There's 3 run plays. There's left, right, center. I don't even know if Jared Goff gets in. I don't know if I'd play him. I don't know. And you're already down David Montgomery, so you want to beat the hell out of Jahmyr Gibbs? I don't think so. So if the Lions cannot stop San Francisco, you will find a track meet happening in San Francisco tonight. Because Dan Campbell, he won't take the L. He won't quit fighting. As long as there's play clock running, he'll fight. And he'll have everybody out there fighting too. And so I'm going to put the positive stuff out there in the universe, and I hope we come out swinging, and I hope we're up by 2 touchdowns at halftime. Because if we're up by 2 touchdowns at halftime, then it does not matter. It does not matter. Then he will let the second half. He will let the B team, so to speak, and again, don't mean that disrespectful, but he'll let the B team come in and have the second half. And then if he wins the second half with the B team, then he wins the second half with the B team. But he won't quit. So, you know what I mean? So, I don't have a lot here in this game. I think the Lions win this game. I think they win this game. I'm hoping I'm not angry they win it afterwards. Like, if they win it and there's an injury, like, I mean, injuries happen just along the way, along the year, when we've had some hard injuries to our team. Um, I mean, a lot of key injuries to our team, not just Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, he is the, you know, face of that, but not just him. And this is not the time you want to get injured. So, it is what it is. But at the same sense, getting if you don't play the way you played all year, you will get injured. Play not to get hurt is how you get hurt. So we're gonna play the way we're gonna play Dan Campbell football. That's what we should just call it. We should just start calling it Dan Campbell football. Grit football, Detroit football. I like Dan Campbell football. And when we play Dan Campbell football, we'll always have a chance. I don't give a shit who's on that side of the ball. We will always have a chance because we will never stop fighting. And it goes back to his press conference when they all made fun of him. All those lovers now, all those people in the media that think he's a genius, all made fun of him. A couple years ago when he was talking about biting kneecaps. All of them. Stephen A, Skip Bayless, all those guys on ESPN, all of them. Dan Orlovsky, who's the biggest Lions lover now ever. I'm just saying, they all made fun of him, all of them. So that's what got us here. That's why we play. That's my thoughts. I hope that don't bite us in the ass. I hope it doesn't. But doing it the other way, we were 0-16. Doing it Dan Campbell's way, we won the NFC North. So you bet your bottom dollar I'm on the Dan Campbell train because the North is ours. I love these Vikings fans that are like, "Oh, we're up in the state. We're the number one seed in the NFC." I'm like, "Dog, the game we haven't played the same amount of games. Like, we still have to play this week." But like, you know what I mean? Like, if we lose this week, then yeah, you're the number one seed. Then tomorrow you can say that stuff, Vikings fans, and you should gloat and bask in the glory of 6 days of being the number one seed in the NFC. Because if I believe right, the Lions have been since week fucking one. So, dear Vikings fans, shut the fuck up. Uh, we'll see you Sunday. We'll see you Sunday. Be ready. Have a good New Year. Don't party too hardy, because this ain't, Oh, Dan Campbell, I know you're listening. You should let me in the locker room, bro. I get these boys riled up. Let me in the locker room. Let me in the locker room. Get me a microphone and let me in the locker room. You ain't even got give me a chair. Just give me a soapbox. Let me on my soapbox, bro. Just give me. I got a bullhorn. I need a pass, Dan. I need a pass to get backstage or wherever in the locker room. I need a locker room pass. Don't let me on the field because I'll get fined. There will be flags. Yeah. Don't let me on the field. I don't want a field pass. I want to be clear about this. I want a locker room pass. I do not want a field pass. I do not. That is not a good idea. I'm just throwing it out there. Let's head to the chat. Say what up, though. All right. So that's what I'm on. That's the recap. Hope everybody's weekend was good. All that stuff. Do you think the Oregon game goes over? Are we talking the Ducks and the are we talking college? Are we talking playoffs? That's what I want to say. Ohio State game? Yes. I do. Um I'm trying to find That's the Wednesday game. Yeah. Boise is the tomorrow night game. I just said I know there was one on Tuesday and then the rest are Wednesday, but I forgot. So by the way, check out the free pick video on picks and parlays for Boise State and Penn State with Mr. Sean Higgs. He's got that and the Alabama Michigan game up as a free pick videos. Knowledge, folks, just knowledge. I like Oregon, but I hate Ohio State. Keep this in mind. So I am rooting for the demise of Ohio State actively. But I think the college playoffs are a work in progress, and we might have missed the boat here on some stuff. Like we should not have Oregon, Ohio State in the quarterfinals. And then where Oregon, the number 1 seed, has to go through Ohio State right away, in my opinion. Well, yeah, they had bye and then right away. And then, but Penn State goes through SMU, which, whatever. And then now Boise. I think Boise's a live dog, but the bookmakers obviously do not. In this game, though, the total I think is too low. I think we get overtimes in this game. So that's going to play for my over. But that's also in a teaser. For me, I like overs in some college playoffs this week. And remember, college football playoffs are not last week. The first round is home field advantage. The second round, quarterfinals, and from here on out are neutral territories. So that Ohio State-Oregon game is, I believe, that's the Rose Bowl, right? That's the Rose Bowl. So Pasadena, I don't know. Should be nice weather, it looks like. I like the over. But it could potentially also, I hate to say it out loud, be terrible. It could just be drama, just shit. And then everybody's going to be pissed. What up, though? What's good, brother man? You've been hot as a fire lately, eh? Hey, I nice Christmas break. Yeah. Met up with that guy. I don't know if anybody, I don't know. It picks from Dave's. I think I told you guys I was meeting him Saturday. YouTube channel. Did some stuff on a friend of our program. He's a friend of the program, Dave. Pub Sports Radio. He's done some stuff. Picks from Dave's YouTube channel. Anyways, friend of the program. Met up with him Saturday downtown Fremont. Watched the Bengals Broncos game, which we came through with on the Broncos. And quick story, watching the Broncos Bengals game with Dave at this bar. And we're just sitting there watching, we're having a drink, whatever. Just, first time we ever met face to face. We've done shows. I meet all kinds of people or whatever on the internet. That sounds weird. But we're just shooting shit, having a drink, whatever, right? I'm rooting for the Broncos. He's rooting for the over. And at like halftime, he was not getting the over. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, dude, this game's going to go into overtime. You'll get that over. Because he had like, I don't know, it was like 20, I think it was 24-24. And I'm like, that's 48. You got over 50. You need to feel whatever, right? So he's rooting for the over, which Bo Nix gets to overtime. And then I'm like, and I'm like, let's go Bengals. And then these 3 old ladies, this is what you got to love about old Vegas. 3 old, I swear, when I say older, 75 plus. Okay. Sipping their Chardonnay at the Keno machine, rooting for the Broncos because they're from Denver. And I'm like, and then all of a sudden, me and him were like, he's next to I'm like here, and then it's him, and then there's relays. And they're like looking at me because I'm like, let's go, Joe Burrow. And they're like, and they're like, and he's like, oh, where are you from? And he's like, yeah, I think these 3 old ladies want to fight. But it was a good time. It was pretty funny. And I won $800 on Keno. So you gotta love that. Gonna tell you your college football this week. You're damn near bet on the rest of the week on it. Yeah, I'm ahead. If you guys have not watched, be on the lookout. Winners and Wonders, sister channel of ours, Picks and Parlays. Me and Scott Reichel do a college football breakdown for every college football game, every bowl game. And I got some teasers available out there in Betstamp. I got a little this, a little that. There's some games I don't like. There's some teasers I still have yet to put in, but I know where I want to go with them, and I don't think the total is going to move a whole lot. So I'm really just waiting on weather. But I think tonight I'll go through and I'm going to do a few more teasers for tomorrow. I know that I like at least 2 more. I'll probably end up with 3 more for tomorrow, and then then Wednesday. We'll be live during that Wednesday. Wednesday, we'll be live at the start of the Ohio State-Oregon game. So be prepared. I am highly invested into Boise and Arizona State in teasers. Texas is not 2 touchdowns better than Arizona State, and I think Penn State's a fucking fraud. So I think Boise's more capable of a dog than Arizona State. But like those games. So by the time that Ohio State-Oregon game starts, we will either be in chase mode or riding high and be ready to unload on Notre Dame. Because Notre Dame will let you down. Not yet. Not yet. And Georgia doesn't have a quarterback now. I mean, as much as I like Georgia all year, I've been saying, whatever, but Notre Dame's better. So that should tell you everything you got to know about college football playoffs for me. It's been a blur, but we cashed that Evan Mobley prop on Friday. Yes, we did. I want to say Friday wasn't great for whatever reason, but I remember looking back over stuff and going, oh yeah, Evan Mobley prop. Fuck yeah. When it cashed and I saw the green and I was like, oh yeah, let's go. But that's all I got for today, to be honest with you. I mean, you guys got any questions about tomorrow's football, let me know. That Iowa game ended yet, so I can mark it as a loss. Oh, overtime. Shocker. Well, not overtime, but could go. I mean, it's tied 24-24. I should refresh. Still 24-24. Fuck that game. Man, you know what I'm mad about? And then we're going to wrap it up. You know what I'm mad about? I'm mad that this game for the Lions doesn't matter. Because in my head, at the beginning of the year, we were going to be here. About 14-2, 13-2, whatever our record is. What is our record? Let me see the standings. 13-2, about to be 14-2, in my opinion. Or 13-3. Okay. That being said, I was okay with being here and competing for the number 1 seed. But I imagined San Francisco would be competitive at this time of the year, and they're eliminated. I imagined Minnesota would be competitive, not as good as they are record-wise, but I think they're kind of fraudulent record-wise. That's always been Minnesota's, MO, if you will. But I knew the Rams would be here. I knew the Bucs would be here. I knew the Commanders would be here. I thought the Green Bay Packers would be here. I thought Seattle would be more into it, but they're eliminated. But the Niners, I thought, were going to be in this. And I didn't think I thought the Vikings would be not as into this, okay? Maybe more of a 10-6 team or maybe an 11-5 team. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, Vikings fans, but for real. Calm down. You're not a fucking 14-2 team. So like an 11-5 team, okay, somewhere's around there, and be competitive for a wild card spot, but not here. But I thought San Francisco would be here. It'd be us, Philly, and San Francisco. So I thought this game would matter. And we would be going into this game, and it's all on the line for Monday Night Football. If we win, you got the revenge factor from last year. We win in San Francisco last year. We're in the Super Bowl, and I think we're a live dog against Kansas City. But whatever. Can't rewrite the past, but it is what it is. So there's a revenge factor tonight. Dan Campbell remembers that. That also plays into my handicapping tonight. But like, I thought if this game was on the line for the number 1 seed, we could possibly have San Francisco and Detroit NFC rematch, but this time in Detroit, that game ends differently. And now that the Niners have fallen off, I don't want them to play upset tonight, but at the same sense, I don't think they could. But I didn't think we'd be down as many people as we are injury-wise. I don't want to be that guy that makes excuses for injuries. I don't want to be that guy, but there are a lot. Like, I mean, a lot. A lot. So it is what it is. The goal for tonight is no injuries. Nobody gets hurt. The second goal is to win. In that order. I'd love to see Hendon Hooker running around tonight. I would love to see Hendon Hooker running around tonight. I would love it. Okay? And listen, you want you want some side note props? If you can find them. I'm not going to say this dude's name right. I'm not. And this is going to be a sprinkle for me. I'm not going to say it right. Theoni Vaki. Here, I'm just going to share my screen with you. So you can just see what I see. So this is his name. Sionevaki. He is the Lions' third, what is this? Third string running back, okay? He'll be behind Craig Reynolds. He'll be obviously behind Jamar Gibbs. But he's a workhorse and he's a beast. If he gets in the game, me liking his props. If he gets in the game, second half garbage type shit where the Lions want to eat up clock, this is your guy. This is your guy, Vaki. Remember that name, Vaki. I expect his name to be said on Monday Night Football tonight. And just looking at touchdown props, like DraftKings is plus 950. These are some out of country, but 1,300 on Caesars. That's a big difference. 900 on ESPN. Bet Rivers, if you have them, that's terrible. Points bets 1,900 if you have points bets. So, some of these props can get a little goofy and different and wide variety of numbers because you are talking about the backup running back, possibly the third down back running back, anytime touchdown. You're asking for the backup. I mean, you're taking a shot. Do not bet this like a full unit. This is pizza money. This is a $20 bet. You know what I mean? This is it. And that's just anytime touchdowns. I don't know about reception. I mean, a rushing touchdown, whatever. But I would look into his yards because I do like that. But for a touchdown, yeah, I'm going to sprinkle the Caesars will give me plus 1,300. There's a $20 bill. There's a $20 bill waiting on that. Done. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's a sprinkle. It is a sprinkle, but that's your guy to go to. But yeah, get after it. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 5 o'clock Eastern. I'm going to get out of here. It's been a long day. Good luck unless you're against us. Take care, folks.